y bienvenidos a mi canal. Today, we're going to learn how to tell time in Spanish. To successfully be able to tell time in Spanish, it's necessary you know all numbers 1 to 29. If you don't, I will link a video down below to review. Before we get started in learning how to tell time, I have listed some time of days that you should know, however, we will not be focusing on these in the video. De la mañana, which means the morning or AM, de la tarde, which is the afternoon or PM, and de la noche, which is also the evening or PM. First, we're going to start with times on the hour. The construction of the sentence is son las, and then the time you want to say, or es la, and then the time you want to say. Let's start out with 1 o'clock, AM or PM. You would say es la una. This is because 1 is a singular number. Similarly, when you are talking about people, you would say ella es. You are talking about one person, not multiple people. If it were multiple, you would say son. Now, for numbers 2 through 12, you would say son las and then the time you want to say. For example, son las tres. Now, with these skills in mind, let's put them to the test. ¿Qué hora es? La respuesta correcta es la una. Remember, for 1 o'clock, it is singular. Here's another one. ¿Qué hora es? La respuesta correcta es son las 6. Let's try again. ¿Qué hora es? The correct answer is son las 2. Here's a final example. ¿Qué hora es? La respuesta correcta es son las 4. Now, let's talk about the first minute to the 29th minute of the hour and the construction of the sentences. You would say son las, then the hour, y minutos, or the minutes, or es la, hora y minutos. For example, if it were 6:14, you would say son las 6:14. Or if it were 1:10, you'd say es la 1:10. Now let's practice. ¿Qué hora es? If you said son las 11:11, you'd be correct. Ahora, ¿qué hora es? La respuesta correcta es son las 5:20. Ahora vamos a repasar otras maneras para decir el tiempo. Let's start with y media. This is a substitute for 30. It essentially means half. I put half of the clock in blue to demonstrate this concept for you. Then we also have y cuarto, which substitutes for 15. This means a quarter of an hour. 60 divided by 15 is 4. So 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. With that in mind, ¿qué hora es? Son las 6:30. What time is it now? Es la 1:30. Ahora, ¿qué hora es? Son las 7:15, or 7:15. Now I will introduce you some other ways to say 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. Mediodía means noon, and medianoche means midnight. Using what we just learned, ¿qué hora es? Es mediodía, or noon. This is represented by the sun being out. Ahora, ¿qué hora es? es medianoche or midnight. This is shown by the moon being out. Finalmente, vamos a aprender el concepto de menos. Essentially, the concept of menos runs from the minutes of 31 to 59. Instead of saying it's 6:31, son las 6:31, you would say son las 7:29. Essentially, you skip to the next hour and then you add on the minutes it is until that next hour. So if it's 6:31, it's 29 minutes until 7 o'clock. If you wanted to use this process for the S-law construction, it would only be applicable in the 12 o'clock hour after 12:30. For example, if you wanted to say it is 12:31, you would say es la 1:29. Now, using what we learned, ¿qué hora es? Son las 7:29. Here's the final example. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 3:15 o -15. You can say -1/4 or -15. Y esto es todo. Gracias por ver mi video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Hit the bell so you'll know every time I upload, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. Adios!